Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Last night I did a live video and I promised I would do this one. This is Fatima College. It is a prestige school. It's one of the top 5 schools in Trinidad and Tobago. It's one of the schools that every parent would like their child to get as a first or second choice in the SCA exam. Across the road from Fatima is this school, Mokorapo Secondary. Fatima College, prestige school. Everybody wants their child to go to Mokorapo Secondary, the most failed school in Trinidad and Tobago, the school nobody wants their child to go to. For the past 40 years, one street and a field has separated these two schools. I want to ask Trinidad and Tobago, what is going on here where Fatima College could be a prestige school, one of the top 5 schools in Trinidad and Tobago, and across a field and across a road, the most failed school in Trinidad and Tobago. 40 years, along the way, more than 40 years, they've had prime ministers, they've had ministers of education, and nobody can explain to the nation how it is possible for the most failed school in Trinidad and Tobago, the absolute bottom of the rung, Mokorapo Secondary, could be across the road from a prestige school. Now they get the same funding and they get managed by the same Ministry of Education. So what's going on? Because they share the same real estate. They both overlook this field that I'm standing in this morning. This is Mokorapo. A wall separates Mokorapo from Fatima property. Now the only question I want to ask is, how is it possible that Fatima College could do as well as it does to the point that it is a prestige school? Because carnival time, Fatima gets a carnival fete that sells out. I don't think anybody goes to Mokorapo carnival fete. What is going on in Trinidad and Tobago in our society is a deliberate mismanagement. And I want you to see it for what it is, because we can't fix it until we do. According to the Concordat and the way our failed education system is set up, after the SCA exam, the prestige schools picks the top 20% of the performers, and they get to choose from the cream of the crop so that they continuously get children who have already demonstrated a capacity to learn, while Mokorapo also ran. People hear that the child passed from Mokorapo and they go into a depression. And to pass from Mokorapo Secondary is almost to fail at life at 11 years old. There is something wrong in the management of our country, where we the people don't know how to have a conversation that goes like this. This is the conversation we need to be having at every election opportunity. How do we get Fatima and Mokorapo to the same level? How do we, like a rising tide lifts all boats, treat all the children that are in Fatima College the same as the children in Mokorapo? How do we get them in Mokorapo the benefits that the children in Fatima have? Because if we as a nation cannot have these conversations, all the other conversations is bullshit. Because according to the Finland model, The Finland education model is the highest education model in the world. So high, as a matter of fact, that the next 5 schools after the Finland model together, their scores don't match Finland. And you know what Finland's model says? Do not separate the children into fastest and slowest learners. Do not separate the children between bright and stupid. Do not say you could learn and you can't. Because children, like all people, are different. Like all people everywhere in the world, children, like people, are different. And all our people are different. And some of our people will go on to be doctors and lawyers and scientists and engineers. And some of our people will be actors and painters and artists and fry cooks. It doesn't matter. But Fatima College and Mucurapo Secondary should have the same access to the same benefits, to the same pool of children, to the same funding, to the same high quality teachers. Why can't we change the name of Mucurapo Secondary to Mucurapo College? Why can't we start there? Why can't we call Mucurapo Secondary Mucurapo College to make them feel like they too considered? Why do we separate even in our names? I'm asking this question, Trinidad and Tobago, because I'm going to light us up to us, you know. We're going to watch ourselves in the mirror. If that is all I do with my political career, is get us to watch ourselves in the mirror, because I want all them political scientists to explain this to me. Sometimes I could be a stupid fella. Explain to me how Woodbrook could have 2 schools separated by a field and a wall, Mucurapo and Fatima, and one is a prestige school in the top 5 and one is the absolute failed school in Trinidad and Tobago. Every single minister of education, every prime minister this country has ever had has failed the children of both schools, but especially this school, because the government's job is to see after the well-being of all the citizens, including and especially the education of our children. And if no government to date has found a way to twin Mucurapo and Fatima across a field separated by a wall, you've never had a government yet. You've never had a government yet. The existing stunting jackass, Garcia, was the principal of Fatima College. He used to sit in that building and look across the field at Mucurapo and think with some degree of satisfaction that the measure from which he derives his success is that these boys do better than these. And we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, walk around calling that passing for leadership. We call that government. Trinidad and Tobago. These are the things. These are the things we have to look at. When we talk in education, I want you to look at the glaring inconsistency in our education policy that would allow for a prestige school, and this is 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. This is 40 years of failure. So I want you to explain, ask yourself, ask your government, ask Kamala and Keith, how could a field separate one of the top 5 schools in Trinidad from the most failed school in Trinidad, and no minister of education is ever brought to task publicly before a joint select committee of parliament and ask what exactly is going on Mucurapo Road? But I am telling you that if you elect a Progressive Empowerment Party government to office, we will twin those 2 schools, and within quick time, both of them, like a rising tide, lifts all boats. All of the students would benefit from the same high standard of education, and all of our people would be able to go forward together to a future of hope and opportunity. And if you ever wondered why Trinidad does not work, it is because no government yet has had a simple conversation with you like this one. But we're going to be having many more. Thank you for your time. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.